So let's start with this. I started by saying that a growing number of people think the economy is not working for them. Why?
Well, Ravi, I think that's the big disconnect, which is that at the surface, we get all this great data showing us that the American economy is doing relatively well, especially compared to Europe and Japan. But if you sort of look at how people are feeling about it, there's something feels, as you said, rotten or rigged about the system. There are just 35% of Americans today who feel that they're going to be better off than their parents. That number a generation or two ago used to be closer to 80%. There are about 70% of Americans who feel that the economy could do with some major change, or possibly the system needs to be toned down. So clearly something very deep going on here, that there is a feeling among Americans that there is no longer an equality of opportunity. Now remember, capitalism always leads to inequality of outcomes. It's meant to do that because any meritocracy is supposed to do that. And America was associated with that. So as long as you had this feeling that you had inequality coming, but it was linked to an equality of outcome of opportunity, it was okay. But there's a feeling today that the opportunity is not equal, that social mobility, economic mobility have all declined. What we have today is not capitalism or anywhere close to the kind of capitalist model that the founders had in mind. Bernie Sanders, of course, calls this socialism for the rich. I think he's partly correct. What we have is socialized risk, which is that risk has been socialized. And so, yeah, it's most gallingly socialized for the rich. And socialism for the rich has some merit to it. But there's a feeling that risk has been socialized, or that has happened. And so you have capitalism on the upside, and on the downside, all the risks tend to be socialized.